guys, JSGC here, back again for another football video. Today we're going to be doing my Premier League predictions ahead of match day number 10 in the Premier League. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Don't forget social media links, they're in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok, email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your predictions as well in the comments below. And finally, I want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. They're going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest scores in the Premier League and from around the grounds as well, with all the football that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. Not just limited to football, by the way. They'll keep you up to date with all the latest match information and scores across all the sports that you guys love to follow. It's a free app to download, very highly rated, worthwhile checking out, so do go and check it out. Links and details, they are in the description. So, match day 9, not my best performance. Got one correct score with Chelsea-Newcastle. I had that down as a 2-1 Chelsea win, spot on with that one. Got a couple of correct results, including wins for Brentford and Manchester City. So I had Brentford down as a 2-0 win against Ipswich Town. They won by 4-3 in a fantastic game of football at the GTEC Community Stadium. I had Manchester City down as 3-0 winners against Southampton. That finished 1-0 to Manchester City. Everything else was incorrect. I had Leicester City down as a 1-1 draw against Nottingham Forest. Great 3 points for Nottingham Forest on the road, winning by 3-1. I had an Aston Villa win against Bournemouth at home. A great point for AFC Bournemouth on the road. I also had a 2-1 win for Brighton against Wolves. I was nearly spot on with that. Took a 95th minute equaliser for Wolves, and some great scenes in the away end from them to salvage a draw on the south coast. They had a 2-1 Everton win at home against Fulham. That finished 1-1. And on the Sunday games, I had Tottenham to win away from home against Palace. A great 3 points and a needed 3 points at home for them as well, winning that game by 1-0. I had Manchester United beating West Ham. It saw West Ham win that game by 2-1, and Erik ten Hag has now lost his job. Ruud van Nistelrooy is going to be in charge at Manchester United until the international break, and then Sporting CP's manager is going to be taking over there. And I also had Arsenal down as 2-1 winners against Liverpool. That finished 2-2, which has seen Liverpool drop from first to second, and Manchester City now top of the Premier League. So that's you guys up to date as we head into match day number 10. So Saturday, 2nd of November, early kickoff on Saturday. You've got Newcastle United taking on Arsenal at home. That game kicking off at 12:30 p.m. GMT, with the game being broadcast live in the UK on TNT Sports. I'm going for Arsenal to pick up what I think is a needed 3 points for them. They don't want to let Manchester City get away from them at this early stage, so they're under pressure. They drop points against Newcastle, and Man City pick up a win away against Bournemouth, and all of a sudden there starts to be a big gap opening up at the top of the Premier League, and Arsenal will find it very difficult to try and play catch up, even if there is loads of games left there. The quality of the Premier League is that high for the teams at the top that you're giving a team anything more than really a 3-point advantage, and you're going to find it difficult to overturn that. So it's all about, in the case of Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester City, all three of them teams just trying to stay within a close proximity of each other. And if Arsenal want to do that, I think they need 3 points at St James's Park this weekend, and I think they will. Won't be an easy game. Looking forward to that game, but I'm going Arsenal to win that game by 2-1. Then on to the 3 p.m. games. Huge game down on the south coast. AFC Bournemouth taking on injury-stricken Manchester City. 3 p.m. game, that one, so all in the blackouts these. I'm going for Manchester City to win this game by 3-1. I think City have got enough quality that if they can turn up and play to the best of their ability, they'll be able to turn over any opponent. And I think Man City, hopefully, because I'm a City fan, I'm hoping they're going to start to go through their stride and put in a much better performance than what we saw from City midweek in the League Cup with the defeat against Tottenham Hotspur away from home. City took the opportunity to rest Erling Haaland for that game, so he should be fit and ready to go. City heading into what's going to be lots of consecutive away games. It's their second of 4 consecutive away games. Spurs away midweek, obviously Bournemouth away here, and then next midweek they've got Sporting in the Champions League away from home, and then Brighton away from home away next week as well. So lots of interesting games. I think it's a game that City need 3 points for. Quite surprised it's not been selected for television broadcast, but the TV companies were to know that Bournemouth would pick up a very impressive 3 points at home against Arsenal and a very impressive draw on the road against Aston Villa, finding their own form, and I think that's arguably one of the games of the weekend. But it's in the blackout. Hoping, fingers crossed, good performance from City and 3 points. Moving on, Ipswich Town taking on Leicester City, the battle of the two newly promoted teams, going for a score draw for this one, going for a good game of football as well, going for 2-2 between the two sides. You've got Liverpool taking on Brighton at Anfield. I think Liverpool will be too strong for Brighton. I can see Liverpool keeping a clean sheet, so going for a solid 2-0 win there for Liverpool. Nottingham Forest taking on West Ham. I think Nottingham Forest have been one of the surprise packages for me so far this season, doing very well, and I'm going for them to continue that good form and picking up another 3 points at home against West Ham. And finally, in the last 3 p.m. game down on the south coast, you've got Southampton taking on Everton. Big game for both sides there. Southampton could do with some points, it could do with a win. Everton are needing points just to make sure that they're not being pulled too much into that relegation dogfight. So I'm going for a bit of a boring game, the two teams to cancel each other out, and going for a really boring 0-0. Now moving on to the final game on Saturday, you've got Wolverhampton Wanderers taking on Crystal Palace at Molineux. Going for a score draw, 1-1 in that game. Game kicking off at 5:30 p.m. at GMT, with the game being broadcast live on Sky Sports. Again, just going for Crystal Palace. They'll hope they've turned a corner with beating Tottenham Hotspur last weekend. I'm going for the two teams to cancel each other out, going for a score draw. Now moving on to the two games on Sunday, 3rd of November. Firstly, you've got Tottenham Hotspur taking on Aston Villa at 2 p.m. GMT, with the game being broadcast live in the UK on Sky Sports. And much like I was just speaking about in the Wolves Crystal Palace game, I'm going for both Tottenham and Aston Villa. But they're both capable of scoring against each other and both teams cancelling each other out. And I'm going for a 1-1 draw for that game. And then the final game on Sunday, you've got Manchester United taking on Chelsea at Old Trafford, 4:30 p.m. GMT, with that game being broadcast live on Sky Sports. I think Chelsea are going to be too strong for Manchester United. I've just not been very impressed with Manchester United sitting in the bottom half of the table. There's a reason why Erik ten Hag has been sacked. There's a lot of work for Ruben Amorim that's coming in charge at Sporting. In fact, I'm quite surprised he's given up a really good job at Sporting to come to Manchester United, which can be at times very poisonous and can be a bit of a career ender, or certainly a career setback if you don't get it right. I can understand the appeal of such a prestigious big club like Manchester United coming in for you, but I can't help but feel like if Amorim had been a little more patient and continued with his success that he's had so far with Sporting for another 6 to 12 months, there could have been just as big a job available for him, and also an easier number for him than what he's going to have at Manchester United. Because if he doesn't hit the ground running and start getting results very quickly, and Man United don't sort their form out by the time it comes to January, February time, the fans will start to turn on him, and by the end of the season, if they've not got European football and nothing to show for the season, he'll lose his job. And he's got a pretty good number at Sporting, so big risk. Going for Chelsea to win that game 2-1. Final game on Monday evening, Monday 4th of November. You got Fulham taking on Brentford. Battle of the two West London sides. I'm going for Fulham to win that game. Game being broadcast live on Sky Sports, kicking off at 8 p.m. GMT. Going for both teams to score. Fulham to win that game by 2-1, making home advantage count. I'm going to be too strong for Brentford for that game. But I think that should be a real good game. I think that could be a real underrated game for the weekend. So there we go. They've been my Premier League predictions. Do let me know your predictions ahead of match day number 10 in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, including my big up Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, there in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, I want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. I'll see you all again real soon for the next video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.